Hi boys and girls, my name is Karen Dunn and I'm a volunteer here in the Cops and Kids reading room. And today I'm going to be reading a story to you called We're Going on a Bear Hunt. It's written by Michael, or I should say it's retold by Michael Rosen, which means he heard the story and he's telling it again his way, and was illustrated by Helen Oxenbury. Before we get started reading, though, I'd like you to look at this cover because it's going to give us some clues about what's going to be happening in this story. So I'm noticing right now that there are some people that are kind of walking along, hiking along, but I'm not sure where they're going. So I'm going to use my imagination where they might be going. I think they're outside, though. So let's get started with the story. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, grass, long wavy grass. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a river, a deep, cold river. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Splash, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Uh-oh, mud, thick, oozy mud. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Squelch, squirch, squelch, squirch, squelch, squirch. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a forest, a big dark forest. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a snowstorm, a swirling, whirling snowstorm. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Woo, 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 woo. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. Oh, a cave. A narrow, gloomy cave. We can't go over it. We can't go under it. Oh no, we've got to go through it. Tip-toe. Tip-toe, tip-toe. What's that? One shiny wet nose. Two big furry ears. Two big goggly eyes. It's a bear! Quick, back through the cave. Tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Back through the snowstorm. Woo, 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 woo. Back through the forest. Stumble, trip, stumble, trip, stumble, trip. back through the mud, squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt, squelch, squirt, back through the river, splish, splosh, splash, splosh, splash, splosh, back through the grass, swishy, swashy, swishy, swashy. Get to our front door, open the door, up the stairs. Oh no, we forgot to shut the door. Back downstairs, shut the door, back upstairs, into the bedroom, into bed, under the covers. We're not going on a bear hunt again. And that's the end of her story. One question I'd like you to think about. That bear, was he going to harm the children? Or do you think he just wanted to be a friend? He might have been lonely. Tell a friend at your house, tell your mom, your dad, or grandma, grandpa, and share what you think that bear was actually feeling or doing. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Well, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that story. We're going on a bear hunt. Today I'm going to show you how to make a map of the story. We're going on a bear hunt. A map's going to show you different places that you might want to go, and this map will help you retell the story if you'd like to share it with somebody else. So let me dig into my bag and show you some of the materials that we're going to need in order to make this map here. I need to have some large paper. I didn't have large paper, so I took 2 pieces and I put them together and I just taped them together. So you might need some tape as well as maybe some markers. You are going to need some toothpicks and cotton. Maybe you have some cotton balls laying around the house for this project. And maybe you might use some crayons. Definitely need some glue or a glue stick. And maybe a pencil might be needed. And definitely make sure you have some scissors. And then we also need some paper. Now, not a whole lot of big paper, but you need some small pieces of paper. So you're going to need 2 pieces of brown paper. About 3 inches by 3 inches will be necessary, and then a blue one and a green one. And then 1 green one that is just a little bit bigger, almost 2 of those small ones put together. Okay, let's get started. As you can see on my map here, I first got my big piece of paper, and then I needed to fold it into 8 parts. So I simply took my big piece of paper, folded it in half once, folded it in half a second time, and then folded in half one more time. And when I do that and open it up, you're going to see that I have 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, in my first space, you can see I chose to write the title of the book, which is We're Going on a Bear Hunt. So you can use your pencil or your markers or crayons to do that. In my second space, use your markers, your pencils, or maybe you have a picture that you might get off the internet, a picture of a house. That's where they started. And then also in part of that square, I'd like you to show a bed. Remember at the end of the story, the kids got in the bed and pulled those covers right over them. So you can draw those, or again, you might get a picture on the internet. Okay, well, the adventure gets started by going through some long, wavy grass. So take your small green piece of paper and your scissors, and we're going to cut up, but don't cut all the way through, just almost to the end, but not quite. If you cut through, that's quite all right, no big problem. And we're going to go all the way across, and this is going to be your long, wavy grass. So simply take your glue or glue stick and glue it down onto the next square there. With your fingers, you can press down to make it look like that grass is a little bit curvy. Afterwards, the long green or the long wavy grass, we came to that deep cold river. So this we're going to need our blue piece of paper. You can draw your river on it, or you can just take your scissors and make a little curvy line on one side, and then I'm going to over here make another curvy line, and that's going to represent our river. Glue that down for your next place. Now after that deep cold river, remember we got to that thick oozy mud. If you have brown paint at home, you could just color in or paint some mud there. But I chose to use this brown paper, and I simply used my scissors and made sort of a circle, but mud puddles can be all shapes, so don't worry about exactly what shape you're making. But I then took this and crumbled it up really good to sort of make it look more like those cracks you sometimes see in a mud puddle. And of course I glued it down again. And next, let's see, where do we go next? Oh, that forest. So here's where I'm going to use my toothpicks. Now my forest has 3 trees in it, but you can have as many trees as you want. But I simply took my toothpicks, put some glue down, laid it on, did my next toothpick, and then I did my next toothpick. And then of course we need to have some green on that tree. So I took my bigger piece of green paper and I made 3 triangles. Now 3 triangles, you need to have, a triangle would be 3 sides to your things. So I just cut, but you could draw it and then cut. You just need some 3-sided shapes. And then simply take your glue again and glue it right on top of those toothpicks. Oh, now comes that swirling snowstorm. Here's where we're going to use our cotton balls. You really only need 1 cotton ball, believe it or not, and you're just going to pull it apart to give you some swirlies, and then use your glue, glue it down, and that'll be your snowstorm. And finally we got to that cave, that narrow, gloomy cave. So I'm going to take another piece of brown paper, and to make my cave I'm going to make like a hill or a dome, and this is how I did it. Started at a corner and I go up, 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 all the way to the top, start to turn, turn, and go back down the hill. And that was our cave. But remember, we went in the cave to see what was there, so we're going to make a little door to our cave. And I did it by starting on the right-hand side, a little bit in a little bit, and I started to baby cut baby, slowly up to the top, and I turned. Then I started to come back down, but I stop. I don't want to go all the way down because I'm going to bend this back, and that's going to be the door to the cave. And you'll want to glue down that cave, but don't glue this part down. Now, if you can see, peek inside the cave here, you'll see a little bear. I drew a picture, or I cut it from the internet, I should say, or cut and paste, but you can draw it whichever way you would like to do it. Okay, that's all the places that we went to, but on a map we have to sort of show the path that we want to go so that we don't get lost. So you might take one of your markers and start back here at the house and I made some dotted lines, but you can make a straight line to show where we went. Now when you get to the river though, remember we go all the way over to the thick oozy mud, to the forest, snowstorm, and to the cave. But then we got a little bit frightened by that big bear, and we had to quickly come back on our path all the way back, and this time we crawled right into our bed, covered ourselves up, and said, we're not going on a bear hunt again. So it's pretty easy how to make your map, but once you're all finished, this is a good way to tell the story to someone else who may not have heard the story, and you can retell it your own way. I hope you enjoyed the story, and I hope you enjoy making your map. Thanks for coming. Bye-bye.